Playbook for super duper motivated entrepreneurs. How to build a calendar-based global internet business in 7 days. Make money like crazy and become a multimillionaire in 365 days. Today's program will teach you how to make money online all year long, even while you're sleeping and snoring, getting your best tan in Acapulco, or visiting your grandparents in Port St. Lucie, Florida. I'll show you in childish detail how to build a calendar-based global internet business in 7 days. Make money like crazy and become a multimillionaire in 365 days. This is the ultimate playbook that you need to finally make some obscene cash. All elements of this tutorial are interconnected, so make sure you stay tuned till the end. You'll be glad you did, and your bank account will thank you. One more thing. This calendar-based tutorial applies primarily to the United States and Canada, but you can easily customize it to fit another location. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. I'm just very happy to have you around. I hope you are doing fantastic. And if you are doing as marvelous as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or let's roll. I want to quickly give a shout out to our millions of viewers in the United States and Canada. Particularly, I want to give a shout out to Charles Brooks in Netherlands, Colorado, Ashton Carter in Castle Rock, Colorado, and JOC in Boulder, the beautiful state of Colorado. Before we talk about how to build a calendar-based global internet business, let me give you the 5 T's, the tools, the things you need to get this done right. So the 5 T's stand for tools, tactics, timeline, team, and things. All right. Now, what are the tools you need to use? You need to have a responsive website. This is very important. You got to have a responsive website that focuses on the high price keywords. And the thing here is that you want to have a website that is fit for ad network, affiliate networking, and Google AdSense. I'll explain a little later on why you need those. You want to design your webpage template for advertising. What's very important here is you want to advertise through YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter. All right. Now, when it comes to revenue generation, you want to consider things like affiliate marketing. You want to do advertising and e-commerce. There are free apps that you can use. You also need to think about social media suite. Now, I'm giving you the list of tools to use when it comes to online calendar selling, right? So, social media suite. So you have anything that allows you to do content planning, integration, social monitoring, analytics, and social management, right? So content planning is everything that allows you to schedule your content easily and efficiently. Integration means you're able to integrate several apps, several software programs into one single platform. Social monitoring allows you to understand what's going on in terms of conversation around key brands and key products and services online. Analytics allow you to track, understand, and improve your social performance. And social management just allows you to manage all the social networks in one platform. So this is very important, all right? Now, that was the first T. T number 2, tactics. Tactics to devise. Now, I'm talking about regulatory. So you need to think about regulatory. So you will need a lawyer. So regulatory and intellectual property, you need a lawyer to kind of help you cover that. The price, you need to think about low, medium, high, and very high, depending upon the particular event. I'll explain a little more. You want to have an adaptive, agile approach. Try to look for products that are customizable, bespoke products. And one thing you have to also pay attention to is the language and the cultural lore. That's if you're selling overseas. All right, that's the second T. The third T, timeline to follow. When you sell throughout the annual calendar, you need to adapt to local realities, right? Of course, you don't need to track all of them. You can focus on the biggies, right? But you need to have a 12, 9, 6, or 3-month vision. And always remember that some holidays are changing every year. They're not based on the actual date, like, if you take Easter, for instance, Easter keeps changing all the time, whereas Christmas is always on a specific date, right? One thing you want to do also is that you want to watch what rivals have done or are doing. So you want to check newspapers in the last 12 months, see what kind of news is popping, where ads were displayed, that kind of stuff. Number 4, the team to build. Again, folks, I'm going through the 5 T's, all right? So 5 T's: tools, tactics, timeline, team, and things. Now, the team to build. You need to have a webmaster. Or if you are a webmaster yourself, that's fine. You need to have someone who is well versed in SEO and digital marketing. You want to have somebody who understands CPM ad seller, somebody who is going to sell the ad real estate on your website, somebody who understands social media engagement. You want to have a business development consultant, and you also want to think about somebody who has expertise in admin, so everything about finance, taxes, legal, and regulatory. Those are very, very, very important, so that you are all set to start ASAP. Now, the last T here is the things to sell, right? Of course, we talked about things to sell, and this is very important. What can you sell online if you do the calendar selling? Now, it's very important you want to focus on quality, not quantity here, and always trying to have a limited number of suppliers. And think about online trends, and don't try to do bestsellers, because for bestsellers, the juice is already out. Revenue has been made, people have made money, so the bestsellers are not very profitable. You want to focus on things that are very trendy, but that still have potential. I'm talking about clothing, so your t-shirt, bikini, boxer pants, cap, tech gear, wireless charger, selfie stick, cell phone stand holder, USB flash drive, power bank, travel merch. I'm talking about travel mug, backpack bag, car air freshener, fancy bag, everyday merch, so keychain or vanity merch. All right, so squishy pets or shopping bag. All right, now, so those are the 5 T. Now, just to wrap this up, before we talk about the sales calendar, please remember the 5 P's, right? We talked about the 5 T's. Now you have to think about the 5 P's. P's is in Peter. So price, population, the product. So you have to think about whether you need a generic product, a customized product, or a personalized product. Promotion, so social media, generic site advertising or niche advertising, or planning. Planning meaning 9 months, 12 months, 6 months beforehand. Now, when it comes to products, I just want to clarify here. When I'm talking about generic, that you understand, but customized and personalized, what's the difference? Customized means, let's say you have a music festival going on. You can customize a t-shirt for that particular music festival. Let's say Music Festival X 2020, 2021, right? Now, personalized means you have to personalize. You have to put the person's name, the customer's name. Obviously, those products are more expensive if you have to personalize. All right, I'll be right back right after this. Don't go away. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. I hope you are doing fantastic. We're here talking about online calendar selling. I've given you in the first section the 5 T's and the 5 P's. Now let's quickly get into the sales calendar, the nitty-gritty here. Before that, I want to give a quick shout out to Clinton Trent in Dundee, Florida, Diana Cordenas in Miami, Florida, and Janeiro Hoover in Tampa, of course, the beautiful state of Florida. If you like the content so far and you appreciate the clarity and the quality of the work, please consider subscribing to our channel and turn on the notification bell. I'll get it. And share, like, and comment below. Now, sales calendar. I'm going to give you a list of dates that you have to be very, very careful that you have to seize to make money using this technique. So in January, you have the New Year's Day. January 1st, you have a potential population of 4 billion. So you can sell online merch to a potential population of 4 billion. In February, you have Valentine's Day, 1 billion. This applies to the whole world, right? the Carnival of Venice in February. This applies more to people who are going to Europe, so you can actually issue some merch around that particular event. The Super Bowl. Super Bowl is a top event in the United States and Canada. The potential target audience here is 300 million people. So if I'm giving you a 5P example, remember the 5P, the price, the population, the product, the promotion, the planning. For example, for this particular, for the Super Bowl, you can charge high when it comes to pricing. The population is large. The product can be customized or personalized. The promotion, you can promote everywhere on social media, generic set advertising, niche advertising, doesn't matter. The planning has to be done 9 months in advance because usually everybody knows the city where the Super Bowl final will be played at least 1 year in advance, so that's definitely possible. In February, you also have Daytona 500. That's in Florida. You have the Winter Olympic Games, 3 billion people. The NBA All-Star Game, 100 people in the US and Canada. Now, sales calendar for March. In March, you have St. Patrick's Day, Mardi Gras, NCAA Division I Men's Basketball Tournament. That's what we call in the States, NCAA March Madness. I have some Australian friends who are asking me why do we call it madness in the States. I said, well, people are just very happy to play basketball, so they're mad about the game. So you also have the NCAA Men's Basketball Final Four. You have the Ultra Music Festival in Miami, also in March. 25 million people potential. So I'm giving you for each event the geographical, the place where the event is happening and the potential audience. All right. So the Carnival of Rio de Janeiro, 500 million people, 500 million folks in Brazil in select countries. So you can actually target those countries. Now, let's move on as we continue this conversation. I will quickly take a break and I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweaty Kiwi. We're still here continuing our conversation around online calendar selling. And I want to quickly give a shout out to Tobias Gibbs in Batesville, Georgia, Emery Dawson in Johns Creek, Georgia, and Raul McFadden in Decatur, Georgia. Now, let's move on. The sales calendar for April. We have Spring Break, 75 million people. The NFL Drafts, 150 million people in the US. Coachella, that's in Indio, California, have 25 million folks. The New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival, that's 40 million people in New Orleans. We have the Masters Augusta National in Georgia, 5 million people. Snow Bombing, that's in MAYRHOFEN in Austria, 20 million people. In May-Jun, there are a lot of things happen in May and June that you can, as an online entrepreneur, you can seize those opportunities and make money. Now, Mother's Day in the US, 250 million folks there's a potential market there. Memorial Day, 75 million folks. The UEFA Champions League, that's basically we're talking about soccer, what they call there in Europe and throughout the world, I guess, except in the States, what they call football. So you have a potential audience of 750 million people in Europe and select markets. You have the Monaco Grand Prix, that's in Monaco, 25 million. And you have the Cannes Film Festival, that's in France, and 50 million people. That's for May. In June, I'm actually taking the time to give you all those important events and the potential size and the size of the potential market, so you can properly craft a strategy that works, a strategy that is lucrative to you. In June, we have Father's Day in the US. 250 million folks might be interested. NBA Finals in June. 250 million people in the US and Canada. You also have in June something called the Tour de France, which is a very well-known biking event, and the potential market here is 750 million people worldwide. Sales calendar in July, you have the FIFA World Cup. Now, this is something that happens every 4 years, but FIFA World Cup is a big event. It's a global event. The potential clientele here is estimated in 4 billion people, billion with the big B. So here, if I were to apply the 5 P's, if you remember what I was telling you about the 5 P's, P standing for what? Price, population, products, promotion, and planning. So for the FIFA World Cup, the price has to be low. The population is huge. The products can be customized or personalized. So for instance, let's say the United States is competing, you can issue merch, adorning the logo of the United States soccer team, or Brazil or England or Italy, right? Doesn't really matter. When it comes to promotion, you can promote anywhere. The planning, you can start the planning way in advance, 9 months, 1 year in advance, because the country hosting the FIFA World Cup is known well in advance. So those are things you can plan in advance. All right, that happens in July every 4 years. Comic-Con in San Diego, 10 million folks, potential clientele. The Summer Olympic Games also happen in July, 4 billion folks. You have Independence Day in the US, that's 200 million people who are interested. The MLB, the Major League Baseball All-Star Game, 100 million people in the United States are interested. The Wimbledon tennis tournaments, great tennis tournaments, 100 million people in the UK and selected countries. Tomorrowland in Boom, Belgium, 1 million folks, very well known, a pretty known festival, summer festival also. So this is it for July. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. We're still continuing our conversation, and what I'm trying to tell you here, I'm giving you a list of events that happen that have big potential marketability, where you can make a lot of money throughout the year, and so that you don't lose your time, you don't waste your time. I'm giving you here the most important events you should focus on. In addition to that, the way you have to read this through the lens of the 5 P's. The price, the population, the products, the promotion, and the planning. This is how you make the money, because you can't just jump on an event if you don't plan or if you don't know how to advertise. Okay, so we're talking now about August. August is a pretty quiet month. So you have the Lollapalooza Festival in Chicago, in Grand Park, Chicago. The potential client base there is 20 million folks, in the U.S. In September, you have the NFL opening nights or opening weekends, potential 200 million in the U.S. and Canada. The U.S. Open tennis, 200 million folks. Also, Oktoberfest in Munich, Germany. We have 50 million people, Germany. Now, this is another big event, even though the size of the potential market is little, but Oktoberfest is a very, 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 very famous and very popular event in Germany and in Europe in general. And if you're able to tap into that market and find a way to sell the right products to target a specific niche, you can make a lot of ka-ching here, because here the price can go up. Germany is a developed country. You can increase the prices. The population is not that large, 50 million, but still, when it comes to the products, you can customize and you can personalize. Promotion has 3 stars, which means you can actually promote everywhere. And when it comes to planning, you can plan things in advance, because we know that the Oktoberfest happens in the last week of September, so you can plan those things. You can plan your strategy even starting January already. All right. So the sales calendar of October, November, December. Now, in October we have Halloween, right? So you have 500 million folks in the U.S. and select countries. You also have the World Series, so that's Major League Baseball, 100 million people who are potentially interested. You have the Austin City Limits, 20 million folks who are interested, and this happens in Texas. In November, you have Thanksgiving, 200 million people in the United States. And you have the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York. 25 million people potentially interested. In December, everybody knows we have Christmas. So this is a global holiday. So you have nearly 4 billion people who celebrate or are interested in that kind of celebration. So this is an opportunity also to sell merch, to sell accessories that relates to this particular festivities, right? So this is pretty much the calendar you need to focus on if you want to be successful at online selling. Again, I've given you a list of the top events that happen in the United States and around the world. And all you have to do is you have to do two things. But to think about the 5 T's, right? The tools, the things to sell, and the team to build all that kind of stuff I said earlier. But you also have to think about the 5 P's. P as in Peter. So price, population, product, promotion, and most importantly, planning. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. I'm not finished. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. If you like the content I've been sharing with you so far, consider subscribing to this channel and turn on the notification bell so you are notified whenever we drop a new jam, a new show. Like this content, share, and comment below. We want to acknowledge your beautiful and loyal fans. We have Nathan Pearson in Casey, Illinois. We have Tia Reynolds in Aurora, Illinois. And Sebastian Cooper in Rockford, Illinois. Thank you so much. Now I want to talk about something. When it comes to selling online throughout the calendar, there are some events that are not dated, and they are very important. You want to pay attention to them too. Now, you can sell merch or take advantage of a popular public figure. This could be in politics, in entertainment, in sports. You know, for instance, you can make a T-shirt, you know, showing the picture of a great politician or a popular celebrity, a singer, for instance. The only thing you have to think about is watch out for trademarks and IP infringement lawsuit. And this, you can actually do this, you know, based on the population, and the region here vary, right? You can do this locally or you can do it globally, depending on the person. If the celebrity is well known globally, so go ahead and do it globally. But if the person is a local politician, you want to take advantage of that, go ahead and do it locally, right? You can also sell merch around a vanity topic, what I call a vanity topic. For instance, you know, have you seen those you go to a festival and you see people wearing T-shirts with sort of weird statements like, you know, I'm me, you are you, or live life, or YOLO, whatever it is. You want to find nice and catchy quotes, and you know, you can focus on teens, young adults, that kind of stuff. Here also the population and the region varies. You can also choose a trending topic, right? So you can go online and find the current buzzword and try to capitalize on that. Or another category of events that are not dated is everything around U.S. elections, U.S. national, state, or local elections. You can make money like crazy. I mean, we have elections every 2 years, or sometimes some people say we have elections every year, either locally, nationally, or state-wise. So if you can capitalize on the election cycle, I mean, the TV stations have been capitalizing on this for the last 40 years. So you, by using a great strategy, a great online strategy, you can capitalize by selling merch around those elections. And the potential population here is 200 million. All right. So this is basically it. Now let me kind of I've given you a lot of information here, and I want to recap things. And let me just give you my final thoughts before I recap. What you want to do if you want to succeed, you want to pick a few events. There are 12 months. You can pick 1 event per month, and you just focus on that. Because it's a lot of work unless you have the team for it. It's better to start little and pick a few events. You want to define your criteria when it comes to the 5Ps. Very important. Again, price, population, products, promotion, and planning. Find your niche. You want to find your niche. It's very important. If you want to focus on music festival goers, do it. If you want to focus on sports fans, do it. You can specialize on sports fan and just kind of cover everything from Super Bowl to the FIFA World Cup, to the Olympic Games, to the UEFA Champions League. That's your niche. Develop expertise in a specific field. That sort of harks back to what I said earlier. You want to, once you find your field, your specific field of expertise, you can match your niche with that. And you want to build your strategy around your expertise, the 5Ps, and the 5Ts, right? Remember, T stands for what? Tools to use, tactics to devise, timeline to follow, team to build, and things to sell. All right, so this is about the recap of today. So really the thing here is that you want to be able to combine to build a great mix around the 5Ts, the 5Ps, and your expertise. Okay, now here is today's call to action. In every show, we like to give call to action. We like to encourage our viewers and listeners to take action. Today, we just encourage you to determine and finalize your online strategy today. It could be an online store, it could be an online platform, whatever it is. Create engaging web design. You want to partner with other brands, especially around specific calendar events, right? For instance, when it comes to the Super Bowl, you can basically partner with another brand around this event. You always want to offer excellent online support. You want to advertise massively on social media, right? And trying to do affiliate marketing as crazy as possible. Affiliate marketing not only to generate revenue for yourself, but also make money, but also pay other people to display your merch. All right? I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. I have a pro tip you will love. Don't go anywhere. Here is today's pro tip. To really make a killing with this strategy, go religious. Choose the religious option. For example, you have the Hajj in Saudi Arabia in August. You have the 3 pilgrimage festivals in Judaism: the Passover, the Pentecost, and the Tabernacles. You have the Diwali festival in India. You have the Chinese New Year, and you have Easter. So you can go religious and really capitalize on those sort of faith-based activities to make a killing. All right? I will see you next time. I hope you enjoyed our content. And until then, stay marvelous.